Hi, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about doing strips. And what we're going to be doing is using a strip cutter. These cutters will do strips as well as circles. Circles we're going to cover in a different video, but today we're talking about strips. So basically a strip is a parallel line. So if you're making a box where you need to have four sides that are all the same size, if you're doing a window, you've got a border where you want to have all the sizes, pieces for the border identical. This tool will not only save you a lot of time, but everything will be perfectly accurate. So this is my particular favorite strip cutter. It's made by Glastar, and I find it really easy to use. It comes with 6 wheels, so you start off using wheel number 1 and you progress all your way around to number 6, so you know exactly how many sharp wheels you have left. These are just steel wheels as opposed to carbide, but they will last a long time. So as a matter of fact, we sell hundreds of the actual strip and circle cutters, but very few of the actual turrets. So you'll find that you have to replace this very infrequently. It has a graduation along here, although I don't personally use this. I'll show you how I use a ruler to measure my dimensions a little more accurately. So a really good base for cutting strips is a piece of plywood, 3/4 inch plywood. Good one side is really all you need. This piece is 2 feet by 3 feet. Most of our glass is usually 2 feet wide, so that's a really good dimension to work with. And then you get a 1x2, a nice straight one, and you screw it down so it's firmly attached to the one side. I'm going to be running this tool along the edge of this. I have seen people where they've had the cutter on this side, obviously, going along the inside. I find that having that space and going along the outside is really a much better situation. So let's pretend I wanted to do a 2-inch border for a window. And of course I'm using clear glue chip glass just because it's inexpensive and handy. But you can use this to cut opalescent glass since you don't have to see through it. Once you've made the proper adjustments, it doesn't matter whether it's cathedral, opalescent, clear window glass. So if I wanted to do a 2-inch border, I would take a ruler, and this ruler is excellent because it actually has, it's incised into the ruler, each one of the gradations. So I just go to number 2, it drops down into there. There's a screw here that you tighten. One hand, in this case my left hand, can go along the side here pushing our bar forwards and backwards and against the piece of wood. And my right hand is going to grasp this front and back, and I'm going to pull this. Now this is a little different than we're cutting stained glass. Normally when we cut stained glass, we will be pushing away from ourselves. However, with this particular tool, I find it much more advantageous to pull towards you. So to start off with, I recommend you just push as hard as you can from one side to the other. When you get to the other end, it's a simple matter of grabbing your running pliers, squeezing, put that piece aside, put this one back where you want it, another score, running pliers, push it against here, another score. With a 2-inch, you can use your hands. Anything narrower is a little more challenging strength-wise, but 2 inches isn't too bad, although I find the running pliers are just so easy and convenient. So I've got 3 pieces that are exactly the same height. There's no variation whatsoever. So if something is going to be a random size, if it's slightly bigger, slightly smaller, it's really going to be acceptable. If it has to be an exact size, then you're going to have to be a little more cautious with your sizing. This works really well for, as I mentioned, jewelry boxes or the borders on windows. If you wanted to do mosaic work, you're going to want to cut a narrower piece. So again, we loosen that off. Let's go for a 1/2 inch. So we'll go down, we'll adjust this to 1/2 inch, tighten our screw. The only thing that's really important is that you actually have a straight edge to start off with. So if you're going along and one of your pieces breaks off crooked, what I find works really well is just to pull it away, adjust this so that it's a little wider, and then let's just push this in crooked. So even though this is crooked now, if I go along and break it off, I've got a nice straight edge again. So that's really the only thing that can throw you off a little bit with this. If one of your pieces doesn't break properly, you've got to waste a little bit of glass to get a nice straight edge again to get you going in the right direction. So again, going back down to my 1/2 inch piece. With a 1/2 inch, I definitely recommend using the running pliers. And there you go. So I hope you find this skill very useful, and I'm quite confident that if you're doing a lot of parallel lines, this will be a great tool for you.